Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Alicante in southern Spain. We are continuing our series with Fly2, our travel and leisure airline. Flying out of Alicante, we're going to head north back to England. This time we are flying up to Leeds in the north, and we have a flight time of approximately 3 hours. So it should be pretty good. We do have some ATC scattered across our route, so we'll see what we run into and see how that goes. So let's hop on board and we'll start getting the aircraft set up for the flight. Alright, so ground crew have plugged it in. First of all, we'll come down to the parking brake, make sure the parking brake is on. Up to the overhead, we'll make sure the battery switch is on, which it is. Standby power is to auto, and the emergency lights are confirmed armed. Ground power is on, and we can see the numbers up there. Lights, we'll turn the exterior lights on to steady. And while we're up here, we'll turn up the panel brightness. And circuit breakers as well. IRSs will go up and start them aligning. There we go. Passenger signs will come on. Electric hydraulic pumps will come on. Yaw damper on. Window heats coming on. Left aft fuel pump will now come on. And we will start the APU. And while that is starting, we will have the passengers come aboard. We have on today's flight where's my passenger numbers? 131 passengers today. There they come. And we're going to come down here and do our weights and fuel. I just find it easier to do it through here, but first thing we're going to do is we'll get our lower lights on here. Same as over on this side. Leave it 2 notches there. And we'll come back down. So our fuel level for today's flight is going to be 9,318 kilograms. There we go. We're going to return and we're going to do our payload. We have 131 passengers on board. And we want to get our weights pretty much bang on, so I can go up a little bit. So we're going to put 500 kilograms of cargo in the forward section and 900 kilograms in the aft, and that takes us up to where we want to be. So we're going to go back up to the overhead again and carry on now that the APU is up and running. APU generators will come on. APU bleed air packs are on. Isolation valve is open. So this is the point we would get our clearance now. We have no ATC up down here at Alicante, so we're going to self-clear, and we will set a transponder code of 2000. We're probably going to do one once we run into the ATC in the air, but that is now set. And we can do our FMC. Let's come down here now. First thing we're going to do is position initialization. We checked and the nav data is accurate. We're good until November. We're going to go to page 2, pick up the left-hand GPS coordinates and throw them in. That gives the aircraft its position. And it's currently Monday at 19:35. That is correct. And it is the 14th of October. That is correct as well. Over to our route for today. We are going to import our route. Just have to find it. So our route will be imported in from SimBrief. You've got to save it on your computer and you've got to copy it over into the folder for the aircraft. And there's two different folders. I'm running the 737-78, the 700 and the 800. So you got to find the proper one. We're in the 800, so we're going to go into request flight plans, PMDG 737, and as you can see here, we are going from LEAL to EGNM, which is Leeds up in the north of England. So we'll bring that in. That is correct, and we will select it. So we're waiting at the moment. It is doing its thing. I've learned you have to wait a second while it loads in. It gets all the information. There we go. Route uplink is ready, so we're going to load in the route. And there we go. I think it's updated, or was that the IRS is aligning? Oh, there's the route. It's all entered in there. So our flight number today is UKV 2470. Enter that in. We will activate the route and execute, which we have done. We're going to go to our departure information. We're going to be departing off of runway 10. The winds are slightly out of the west, but this puts us on a over the water departure. And we're going off on the Mito 3 Alpha departure. No transitions. We'll execute that. And our arrival, there's no stars. We will be landing the ILS runway 32. Winds up there are currently very light. Almost, it is kind of variable, no real direction. So we're going to land on the ILS 32. It's the easiest one to come in on. We will not transition at LBA. That's the VOR at the field. And we can check our legs here. So we'll come over to plan, the 40. Let's see what it gives us. So you can see we're going to fly down and then make this turn, and that'll take us out over the water. And we'll just step through. Now we head north, back up over Spain, over France. We're going to cross the channel. And then we're going to descend in. We'll make the turn in for the intercept and in for the runway. That is the plan. 900 and some odd miles. We are going to put this there. And that takes us the LBA out. That was an initial planning. And that should bring us in nicely for the VOR. Or for the ILS, sorry. Spot the plan. Put that back down. And we can carry on. So, altimeters here at Alicante. 1019er. It's now set and cross-checked and on the standby. Transponder we have set to 2000, and we can do our system checks. Alright, up top we go. First we're going to do the Mach speed warnings. both sides, stall warning and stick shaker. Again, that's both sides. And come down here, we can do our in-op test. That is correct. The switch will come off. And there's the click off on the warning panel. And now we'll do our fire. 1, 2, 3, overheat detected. Very good. And we'll get the rest of the system cycling through now as well. So I've turned on DLSS mode
Pull up.
and the setting is in performance.
Wind shear.
So we'll see if that helps with some of the stutters around some of the airports I've been experiencing.
Airspeed, low.
I know earlier today when we were flying into Gatwick, I noticed some stutters and that, so we'll see if it improves things. It's a lot of trial and error. Alright, so let us now review our route.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on
There we
items,
go.
please let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to assist you. If the overhead bin
We're
is
currently in
full
front of the
after you put your
terminal
carry-on
here.
inside of it,
We're going to
please close
taxi
the bin as a courtesy to other
out to
passengers.
Alpha,
Once all your items are put
all the way
away,
up here
please
to
clear
Alpha
the aisle
4.
and sit
We'll
down
be
in
taking
your
off
seats
on
to allow other
10.
passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an
Then we're going off
emergency
on the
exit
Mitos
row,
3 Alpha,
please
so
read
it'll
the
be a
exit
left turnout
responsibilities in the safety card
to
in the seat
Sumo,
back in front of you.
and then
Please
out
make sure
to
you are willing and able
Mitos.
to perform the actions required. If you are not able
From
or
Mitos,
prefer
we're
not
going
to
to
perform
turn
these
almost
actions,
due
please
north,
let a flight attendant know so you can be reseated.
heading
Feel
up
free
along
to
the
use your cell
coast,
phones during the rest of the boarding process, but we do ask that laptops,
over
tablets,
Spain,
and any other larger
over
electronic devices are
France near
secured once you depart
Toulouse,
from the gate. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
up the west coast of France, all the way up to the Cherbourg Peninsula. We're then going to cross over top of the Isle of Wight to the west of London. Make this jog here between Peterborough and Birmingham, past Nottingham, descending down to the airport here. We'll make a little jog to the right to line up on the ILS. That's going to take us in 3,000 foot platform altitude. Down we go, and we'll be landing here at the airport on 3-2. We'll get off, we'll taxi in, probably get off somewhere around up here, and we'll taxi down to the terminal, and we'll be parking on the main apron, probably 10, 11, or 12 in that area there. So that is our plan for the flight. And as per normal, we do have entertainment lined up. It is October, which is the month of Halloween, so we have a spooky movie lined up for the flight. We'll see how we do with ATC with that as well. So we can come back down here now, and we can start entering in some of our other information. So our gross weight on takeoff will be pretty much 64.4. Our planned fuel, as mentioned, is 9.3. Our reserves are going to be 6 kilograms shy of a ton, so we'll put in 1 ton. We fly at a cost index of 25. Alright, so it says we can go up to 387. We're only going up to 360, so we're well below our maximum possible altitude. Winds currently at cruise level are estimated to be around 260 at 61 knots. A little bit breezy up there. Transition altitude down here in Spain. Let's see if I can find the transition altitudes. 6,000 feet, so that is correct. So we will execute that, and we will now go into the calculator and pull up our information for there. So Alicante, LEAL, runway 10. We're using the full length. Current weather is in. Runway conditions are dry. Winds are 290 at 3 knots. And our planned takeoff weight for today's flight is 64397. 64397. That is in kilograms. Engine bleeds on. Flaps optimum. Thrust optimum. Assumed temperature optimum. We'll do our calculation. And there we go. So our cell temp is going to be left blank. We're going to be doing a 26K a normal takeoff, not derated, and a normal climb out. It wants flaps 1 for takeoff. We'll go to the next page and enter in the winds at the airport. That's 290 at 3. So a very slight tailwind. All runway slope, and we're good with this. We can come back to our other page. Center of gravity, we'll put it in. And our trim settings. Distance remaining on the runway will be 1,200 feet. No, just 12. And there is our V speeds. We have 141, 142, and 152 is our V2. We're not overly heavy, but we're going to be using the entire length of the runway to get up to speed. We can start setting up our NCP. So looking at our departure, we have no altitude restrictions, so we can set that to 36,000. There we go. We'll set runway heading for takeoff, and runway heading off of runway 10 is 100 degrees. There we go. And our speed will be V2 plus 20, or V2 is 152, so 172 on our initial climb out speed. That is now entered in. Alright. Bring the ground services page up here. We'll need that to get rid of the chocks and the ground power. We have the flight crew guides and everything waiting for us downstairs. And we're just doing the final boardings now. Just a little bit of lights on some of this stuff just to make it easier to see. Same here for Roger on his side. We did have some traffic here earlier. There was a British Airways that departed out of here just as we loaded in. And as mentioned, we're here at Alicante. This is the freeware scenery off flightsim.to. You can get a lot of good stuff here. You do have to check, make sure everything works properly, but it is pretty cool. It's a little bit more detail here. It's not a huge overhaul, but it just adds enough features to individualize it and make it seem that we're actually here. So while we're waiting for everyone to board, tomorrow is our 500 sub special flight. We will be departing at 1300 Zulu. We're doing a 500-mile VFR flight in Japan. So we will be setting the time to about 11 o'clock or so. Give us some nice daylight, maybe 10 o'clock. And then we'll be flying out and cruising over to a number of airports through central Japan and seeing the sights. So if you want to come along, you are more than welcome. And on the Discord you can find all the information about it. Discord links are in the descriptions, and I'll also throw it up into the chat so you can see it there. All the live streams we do are open to everybody to fly along. A lot of the airliner ones are on VATSIM, like this one. Wednesday nights is our VFR general aviation nights, and those are usually multiplayer. So not as strict on the rules, and it's more of a fun flight. So you're more than welcome. We're currently doing a series where we tour Scotland, and the theme is old twin-engine prop airplanes. I'm flying an old Beech 18 from the late 1930s, and we've done a couple legs now, right up over the top of the north of Scotland, and taking a look at the countryside and how it looks up there. So it looks like we are done with our boarding. So we'll get the doors locked. Can come up top, switch over to the APU generator. That's all set. APU gens are on. Double check that. We can release the ground power, and we can have the chocks removed. So takeoff data is all set. Cruising altitude, pressurization, we'll take that up to 36,000. And for our arrival, Leeds Airport altitude is 681 feet, so we'll set that for 700. There we go. So that is now set. MCP, we did that and discussed it and set it up, so that is all good to go. Departure we have briefed, and it is all checked. Flight directors are now coming online. And radio, so we're going to go to 122.8, which is the Unicom frequency on VATSIM. And then we're going to tune in Eurocontrol West, who should be the first one we run into, about mid-Spain. So that's 135125. So they're now set in case we have to talk to them. Alright, so take a look outside. The ground equipment is clear. Our doors are all closed. Chocks have been removed. Let's get a hold of our crew chief outside. Air Trooper! Hey, just to show you, we're getting ready to leave. So, hope you came to see us off tonight. Let's get the tug.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We will be ready shortly.
Roger.
So here comes the tug. We'll go outside and set up our push. Again, we're going to be taking off on runway 10, and given the way we are facing, we are going to want to be pushing nose to the right. So we'll bring up the line. It's a little bit far. I think the tug driver's having a bit of a panic attack down there. That's where we want to go. So we'll head back to the cockpit here. Anti-collision lights will come on. Logo lights will come on, so we can be nicely seen by everybody. We're checked clear. I'm going to quickly come in here, and it's going to be data, terrain, and traffic. And it's going to be circle, traffic, and 40 miles range on you. All right, let's go.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
This is the 737-800 air trooper. So fuel pumps will all come on. Parking brakes
released.
are off.
Push it back.
Packs are going off for engine start. Ignition mode selector is set to both. There we go. As soon as he tells us.
You're clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendant.
Starting
for
engine
safety
number 2.
information. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another.
It's a little bit more hands-on than the Airbus.
Release your seatbelt with the upper portion of the
More
buckle.
switches,
Adjust
more
your seatbelt
things to
fasten
do.
Throughout the entire flight, as you may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on
It
this
depends if
aircraft.
you like that
Please
sort of
take
thing.
a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you.
It's
If
not
you need to
necessarily
evacuate
harder,
the
it is
aircraft,
different
lower
from the
level
Airbus.
lighting
There
will
is
guide
more
you
that you
towards
have
the
to do
exit.
on board.
In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing
I
to
think
the
this
mask.
airframe had
If
been
you're
flying
traveling
for
with a
almost
child or
20
someone
years
who
before the
requires
A320 was
Secure
designed.
your mask on first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member
Starting
of the
engine
crew
one.
advises you it is safe to remove it.
Pushback complete.
In the event
Set
that the
parking
pilot
brakes,
decides
please.
to take us for a swim, a fast
Parking brake set.
Roger.
In a pouch
Okay,
underneath
the
the
tow bar is
between the
disconnected
armrests.
and the equipment
One
is
instruction
clear.
to use
Waiting
belt
for
Thanks, and you can
2.0.
disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks.
Put
Have
it
a
over
good
your
flight.
head.
See you later.
Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the
There's
straps ahead.
2.0.
To inflate the vest,
Adding
pull
fuel.
firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate
As long as it
automatically,
steers?
blow
Oh,
into the
yeah.
mouthpiece for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat
I
cushion
have
can be
not
used
had
as
an
a secondary
issue
for safety
taxiing with it.
lights. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight.
Alright,
Tampering with,
engine one is
disabling,
firing
or
up.
destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member
And
know
a good
if you have
start
any
on
questions.
engine
Thank you for
number
joining us. Then we hope you
1.
enjoy your flight.
So engine generators number 1 and number 2 are coming on the line. Engine 1 and 2 start switches now go to continuous. Probe heat coming on. Right and left. Anti-ice not required. Engine 1 and 2 bleeds are coming on. Packs are both coming on. Recirc fans to auto. Isolation valve to auto. APU bleed off. APU coming off. Elevator trim, we want 5.3, so I'm going to roll the trim back to roughly between 5 and 5.5. Call it about there. Flight controls, over to the systems page. It's full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder, neutral. Alright, you can go to the legs page. Engine instruments checked. Everything looks good. We'll put it up on the upper screen. We can now arm LNAV, VNAV, level change, and heading select. Auto throttles are armed. And warning recall is clear. I do notice with the DLSS thing on, the displays are not quite as focused. They're just a little bit off. And that might be part of the detuning for frames. I take it you're still having issues then? Alright, so we'll get the taxi light on. We're going to turn off the overhead. And auto brakes are set. Alicante area traffic, Skyways 2470 taxiing from the apron via Bravo Alpha to holding point Alpha 4 for runway 10, Alicante. Alright, let's taxi down to the taxi line. Brakes released. Shouldn't be too long of a taxi. So, with the ATC not being online until a bit later, once we get up in the air through roughly 25,000 feet or so, we'll turn on the entertainment galley, we'll open, gonna order things, and as I said before, it's October, so it's spooky movie time. So some old classic Halloween movies. Keep an eye out as we taxi. It's fairly dark. I guess the airline didn't splurge for the powerful taxi lights. It's all good. Everything is looking fine. So I think what we'll do, Air Trooper, one day is with the Discord, you'll be able to show me your screen as you're going, and maybe I'll be able to see something that isn't working. But I think it's a setting thing. Not the airplane itself. I don't know. Because we did spot that issue last time with the axis on the Thrustmaster. That's why I'm a big fan of rudder pedals, but I know it's not always an option for some people. And don't worry about the donation. I mean, it's thank you. Just trying to help you get back in the air properly. So you're having issues with the fly-by-wire now? Oh. I wonder if it's something in your controls. I don't know. Anyway, the next left is going to bring us down to Alpha 4. That's our hold point. No worries. wish we could get you going a little bit better. Alright, Alpha 4 coming up. We'll make the turn and then get ourselves up and ready to go. There's the hold line. Determined, yeah. Alright, so let's get the brakes on. So pre-departure fuel flow is looking good for both engines. V-speeds are set. MCP, nav data, and radios are all set. Alright, position lights will go to steady and strobe. Taxi lights off, runway turnoff lights are on, landing lights are on, transponder is TARA, traffic mode is set, we are clear on the flight path and glide path, runway is identified, runway 10. Alicante area traffic, Skyways 2470, taking position runway 10, Alicante. Alright, so brakes are off. Move into position. Oh, beautiful sky tonight. Can't go over 40 on the engines on the ground for taxi. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. The default ones seem to be working fine. Have you tried flying the Salty Sim 747? With the Salty mod? It's the default airplane with the mod. Wondering how that would work. Alright, let's get lined up. "32 degrees. Wow. I think it got up to 12 here today. Alright, we are lined up and set. Clock is running. Engines to 40%. Make sure the cabin is ready. Should have dinged them beforehand. Brakes are released. Aircraft is rolling. What are we missing? Oh,
Airspeed alive.
flaps.
Enox. Z1 rotate.
Yeah, that was me forgetting to put the flaps down. Gear up. Here I am worrying about you, Air Trooper, and missed a step. Alright, there's 1,000 feet. So, autopilot Command A coming online. So we got positive rate. Autopilot Command A is engaged. Auto brakes will come off. Gear lever to off. Engine start switches are both off. Runway turnoff lights are both off. Big red moon ahead of us. I'll send you the link to it. It improves the 747. Makes it a much better airplane to fly. And if you have questions, I have a series of videos on the channel about flying it. Alright, we're starting to nose down. It's not, you don't have to buy it, it's free. It's free. It basically fixes a lot of the issues with the default one. It's the one I fly for the cargo 747. It's the default airplane with the salty mod. I'll send it to you. All right, flaps are up. Actually, I don't have to send it to you. Through transition altitude, so over to standard. It is in the if you go into the fly-by-wire installer, it is one of the options. You have the fly-by-wire A320, and then you have the salty mod for the 747. It's in their installer, so you can get it right there. And then, like I said, I have the videos that show you how to do it, and then a separate video on the fuel system, how to do that, since there's some manual switching you have to do with the fuel system. Alright, so we're through transition altitudes, and we are set to standard. There's the town as we fly away. It's gonna turn down the circuit breakers a little. It's this one here. There we go. So it's not quite as bright. Much better. So we had 10,000 feet. So landing lights are retracted.
We have now passed 10,000 feet.
Cabin is
Turn on larger
pressurizing.
portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the lavatories.
Seatbelt signs are off, and we'll turn on the lights. Fantastic looking moon out there. Anyway, we're heading out over the water. We're soon going to be making our turn to the north. Once we hit Mitos, our exit point. On the departure, which is right there. So when we hit the border with France, that's when we should get Euro control coming online. It's 14,000 feet. Everything is looking really good. Hello, Brian. How are you? I guess you're done work for the week? Just waiting to come off of the SID here, and then we'll get settled in for the flight. Oh yeah, you're right out to Winnipeg. Oh, that's good. I'm heading south of the border in November, so we'll see how that flight goes. So the Leeds weather currently has ceiling visibility okay, so we're not expecting much in the way of cloud and everything. Yesterday we had a bit of wind and some weather systems coming in. Yeah, I could see snow in Winnipeg this time of year. Definitely had some rain systems moving through here yesterday, so I think there was a couple little fronts that passed through. There's that little peninsula we're going to cross. And then up ahead we have Valencia. It's the big illuminated area up there. We're going to be flying over the water as we go past. Alright, so we'll kick you out to 160. Everything is looking good. So I'm going to go back to the galley, put the kettle on. We'll come into the back and I will give you some entertainment. And like I said, it is October and Halloween, so a little bit of a scary movie for today. So I'll be back to brief the descent once we get there. You'll probably hear me talk with ATC as well as we go. So we'll catch up in a bit. Enjoy the flight.
Wonder where he went. I see you hiding under there. Or maybe you crawled up in him. I know where he is. There he goes. Whoa, waiting. Oh. Hey, get away from that dangerous elephant. You want to get hoided? Come on now, be a good little boy. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, hey. Don't man do this to me. I'm a taxman. Oh. Oh. Oh, your tax on me drunk, hasn't he? Hey. Oh. Oh. Oh, he's trying to tell me something. That's what it is. All right, young man. That'll give you something to remember. Wait, come back here. Hey, look at, oh, it's serving a dragon up. Oh, oh. All right, zip him out. You asked for it. Sleep tight, young fella. You've chucked your last chuck. Oh, hey. Sweetie, oh, sweetie. Sweetie, whoa. How did you get in there? Look out. Oh. Whoa. What's the sweetie? Oh. Oh. Why you overstepped? Oh, oh, You've been a very naughty boy. That'll teach you. Whoa! Come back to that animal, If you want to play with animals, play with this. Huh? What's the matter with that? Is that cute? Oh. Hey. Oh. There's no ifs or maybes. I'll never have babies. I'm Popeye the Sailor.
Let me die. Let me die.
I should have known he was as good as dead when they wheeled him in.
You did everything possible, everything you could, Dr. Collier.
Everything. Everything except save my patient.
In a few moments, we'll be
Everything
starting
on the
our
books.
in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks.
Now, Dad, do I have permission to take over and try things my way?
Please note that we only accept credit cards.
The operating room is no place to experiment.
He's dead. I can't do any harm.
Very well. Corpse is yours. Do what you want to do.
All right. Make an opening into the chest cavity. Apply 100 milliamps of current directly to the heart, then massage by hand. I'll handle the brain area.
By yourself?
By myself. Got to work fast, if it isn't too late.
You talk as if he's still alive.
He is. I just picked up the same pulse speed.
Keep massaging the heart.
I am.
This electric shock should stimulate the motor area enough to animate the heart again. Then you won't need any external stimuli.
Keep away from the motor area. You'll paralyze him for good.
Which would you rather be, paralyzed or dead?
Try to play God. Some choices are not yours to make.
But the obstetrician has to decide which to save the mother or the child. Who plays God then? It's part of the game.
Game? The human body's not a jigsaw puzzle to experiment on.
You're playing it safe like the other doctors, huh? Save my breath. Keep massaging the heart. You've already lost your patient, Doctor. I'm going to save mine.
It's coming back stronger than ever. It's unbelievable.
Nothing's unbelievable if you have the nerve to experiment. I've been working on something like this for weeks.
In your laboratory?
I'm
knew this would work if only I had the opportunity. You don't conduct experiments on people. You should be sure of the results first. I am now. Stop massaging the heart. Let's see if it can take over by itself. Close up the chest. I'm about finished with the cerebral area. How's his pulse?
Strong and steady.
You did perform a miracle. I may not approve of your methods, but I am proud of your results.
That was an amazing, even an extraordinary operation, son. It still is too risky, too uncontrolled.
Saved his life.
The after effects, what about them?
You've lost the urge to experiment, to explore.
Don't explore on people. Before you put a scalpel to one, an operation like this needs testing under every condition. Over and over again. Rabbits, mice, monkeys, not people.
That man who should be dead now won't think so. There's more to surgery than just being a carpenter to patch up walls or a plumber to drain pipes. Our bodies are capable of adjusting in ways we've hardly dreamt of. We can only find the key. I'm so close now, so very close.
Key to what?
Complete transplantations. To be able to transplant limbs and organs. To be able to replace diseased and damaged parts of the body as easily as we replace eye corneas now. So that the new parts will join together as though they were born there.
Can't be done.
It can be done. With my new special compound I've created, I'll do it. I know I can do it.
Sure, that's what you say.
That's what I know. I know I'm close.
Darling, I'm so proud of you, I could kiss you.
Promises, huh? Always promises.
Careful, your father's liable to report us.
Stop the floor show. When you two are married, it won't be fun to watch anymore.
Well, I can promise you one thing. Your grandchildren won't be test tube babies.
You better hurry if you want to catch that plane to Denver, Dad. You know that medical convention can't start without you.
Jan, you'd better check about my reservations.
Oh, yes, I'll call the airport. I'll be right back.
Bill, the line between scientific genius and obsessive fanaticism is a thin one. Now, I want you on the right side.
If I don't experiment, how can I hope to perform operations like the one you almost messed up?
But I can't cover up for you anymore. The superintendent had it out with me. He thinks it's you who's been stealing those limbs from the amputee operations.
So what if it is? I've got to have limbs for my transplant experiments. Well, you said test and experiment. Test and experiment.
Yes, but limbs and organs taken from people.
I've got to have them to work with. Sure, I've made a few mistakes, but I've learned from them. I've learned.
Your reservations are all set. 3:30 takeoff.
Well, what have you two planned for the weekend?
Oh, nothing much. The quiet weekend.
You sure you're not going up to the country house? You're always sneaking off up there. Place gives me the creeps. I should have sold it when your mother died.
You can't sell that place. Well, I mean, it's nice to get away from the city. I can work without anyone snooping around.
You spend too much time up there. All right, I'll see you both in a few days. Have to clean up and get out of here. Fine operation or not, Bill. You're walking on thin ice. Don't go too far.
Oh, every time you touch me, I go out of my mind. I want to kiss you. Bill, I want to get married. I can't stand not having you.
You've been wonderful.
I'd rather be a bride.
In a few more weeks, nothing will keep us apart. We'll be together.
Dr. Cordner. I'm so glad you're here. I was afraid you'd gotten away. There was a very important phone message that came to you. It sounded quite urgent. I've been looking everywhere. It was from a man called Kurt. He called from the country place, and he said something terrible had happened. He wanted you to come right out.
Thank you. Well, you've always wanted to know what's kept me away from you so many weekends. Have you got the keys to your car?
Why haven't you ever taken me up here before?
Because the things I'm working on don't need an audience.
That telephone call. What about it?
All right. Hold off the questions.
Why the mystery, Bill? What's it all about?
We'll be there soon enough. You'll see. I've got to hurry.
All right, for God's sake, open the door. I'm coming. Matter. What's happened?
It's been a terrible accident. I've got to save her. Got to save her.
What is it? What have you got there?
Kurt, please. Sterilize the tubes and instruments quickly.
What are you going to do? Aren't you going to have a look in the closet first?
No, I can't now. This is more important.
But you don't understand.
For God's sake, Kurt, this is urgent. Do as I tell you before it's too late. I can't waste precious time arguing with you.
Lights. I saw them move. Can't be. My eyes are deceiving me.
What you see is real. What's done is done, and what I've done is right. It's the work of science.
I'm under fire. Burning. Let me die. Let me die.
I've had success with transplants. Now I can do it for her. she'll live and I'll get her another body. I can make her complete again.
Only a madman can believe that she could ever be like before.
Don't argue with me. I love her too much to let her stay like this. I'll restore her as before. You'll see.
Can't you realize? Can't you see? There's a pattern to all that lives. An order, an arrangement. She had a heart and a brain, and her spirit was in both, not in one or the other.
No. I'll give her a brain and a heart.
Yes, and what of her soul? You say you love her. You can remember her love for you. Then how can you make of her an experiment of horror?
All the skill and science I possess was meant for this. Life has a pattern. The whole pattern of my life is shaping itself to save her now.
Then you intend to go through with it?
Yes. Sleep, my darling. Rest and grow stronger.
How long do you think we can keep her alive under these conditions?
48. 50 hours at the most.
Yes. And you really believe you can work a transplant on her successfully?
Yes.
Like my arm. Withered and deformed.
Yours was an early experiment that failed. With her, I'm using my new adreno serum. Must work. I've got to go now. If the police or anyone call, tell them you don't know anything about it. I don't think anyone will trace us here because her body was burned in the wreckage.
Yes, of course, of course. Look, Bill, before you go, do have a look in that closet. It's the reason why I called you up here. Keep it locked. Last night it got so violent it almost broke out.
No. No, not through that thickness. Keep it closed. I've got to think about her now. Got to find her a body.
How are you going to go about getting one? Bill, how will you do it?
There are ways. There are ways.
you so long?
What made you think I'd come?
You know a good thing when you say it.
Yeah, there was plenty to see. I liked your act.
Is it all you liked?
Well, your costume, what there was of it, was interesting.
Is that all?
The rest of the equipment is standard. But, the arrangement is pretty special.
You know, tourists just looking at the sights. What are you doing here, slumming?
I get my allowance once a week.
Okay, if you're so loaded, you pay for the drinks.
I already did. Are you hustling for the house?
I hustle for myself. I'm the leading lady around here. I can sit with the squares out front, or I can relax back here with my friends.
I'll bet you don't have an enemy in the world. Hmm?
Where are you from?
Oh, around. Just looking around.
When you get done looking, then what?
I operate.
I get your message. You're coming across. You could slip any chick in the house. Why me?
Oh, like I said, I'm looking.
And you don't have to look any further. I'm not going to fake it for you.
When do you go on again? Hmm? When?
Relax. I got another show yet, but it could be for you.
Oh, I was just asking.
Try taking. I'm getting nervous. I'm over 21.
Oh, it isn't that. I just got things to do. Things to take care of.
Well, if I don't exactly make you sick, what could be more important that could be taken care of right now?
Well, I've got to see about helping somebody. Somebody who needs my help very badly.
You can't cut out of me now, baby. Now when you got me feeling so good, so warm all over. I'm good for you. I know I'm good for what you want.
You may be just what I'm looking for.
You've got your nerve. Oh, look who's talking. Why'd you haul your feet outside back to the bar with the rest of the flies?
Keep your G-string on. I only came in here to change my clothes. I got admission. Now I'd like to see the rest of the show.
Come back in half an hour and maybe you will.
Get lost. Hi, little boy. I see you met the queen. Hey. Come here, don't hide. You know, you've got the kind of face a girl doesn't mind looking at. Even out front, all the other girls are asking about you.
Get out of here. Choose company. Three's a crowd.
Who's to tell me to blow if I don't want to? This here's my dressing room, too. Remember?
It kills her to see me make time.
You're the only thing that's going to be made around here tonight. Honey.
Eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd better be going. Hmm?
What for? Look what you've done. Come back in with your 2 cents. Let me see you later. I'll make everything up to you. I swear I will.
Yeah. Come on back later. I'll remember you.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
You lousy tramp. Once in a blue moon, I listened to a guy with class, and you messed it up.
What makes you think you had it? It would have you on a set.
Says who?
Says me. What's a guy like that want with leftovers for?
Leftovers?
Why, you cheap baby stripper!
You want to make the cheap leave me? Let's go! Let's go!
You. Inside the closet. What has he done to you? I know there's someone there. Knock once if you hear me. And I'm not the first. Knock twice if I'm not the first. He should have let me die. I hate him for what he's done to me. If he only knew what it's like being like this. Do you know what it's like? Together we could have revenge. You want revenge? Still untouched. And his keeping me alive has given me a power he didn't count on. Power that you can feel. Across this room and through that door. Can't you? Together we're both more than things. We're a power as hideous as our deformities. Together we'll wreak our revenge. I shall create power, and you will enforce it. You're the thing inside. The thing out here. What's locked behind that door?
horror. No normal mind can imagine. Something even more terrible than you.
No, my deformed friend. Like all quantities, horror has its ultimate. And I'm that.
There is a horror beyond yours. And it's in there. Locked behind that door. Paths of experimentation twist and turn through mountains of miscalculation and often lose themselves in error and darkness. Behind that door is the sum total of Dr. Courtney's mistakes.
He had no right to bring me back to this.
Perhaps not. Who knows? But you should know that before he injected the serum into that, it was but a mass of grafted tissues, lifeless. Just lay there, weighted down with its transplants of broken limbs and amputated arms. But with this serum, it began to breathe.
It's impossible.
Would you have thought possible what he's already done? Take yourself. He's brought you back. You live. Only a few years ago, all transplants were impossible.
That's what he's been doing up here where no one could see his work.
Yes. Experimenting with transplants on that. And on me. Letting him tear away my flesh time after time. Test after test. My hopes shattering with each grafted arm he fastened to me. Watching it wither and warp. Instead of strengthening. You see, he's learned from his mistakes.
And you stayed with him, helping him in his grotesque work that he claims is for science.
Was there a place for me on the outside with this? A world where eyes would look upon me with pity, and people would turn away from me in disgust. No. The alcoholic has his bottle. The dope addict his needle. I had my research. I used to be a surgeon. It was my life. And one night in the laboratory there was an accident. They had to amputate my arm.
And he has used you to...
I had no choice. He was my only hope. A surgeon needs both his arms, not just one. You see, my transplanted grotesqueness stayed. So did I. I live only for the day he can work a successful transplant to my body. That is why I stay.
Transplant my head onto another body.
Yes. And he's insane with the belief he can do it.
But the tissues of my body would reject the tissues of another. Reject it as the foreign substance it is. The transplant would never take it, would never stay in place. My blood's antibodies would attack it as they attack any invading matter.
Yes, but his new discovery, this new serum, may change all that. This serum injected into the bloodstream affects the lymphoid tissues. Here in the neck. The lymphoids that provide the antibodies for the blood that detect foreign transplanted matter. It was untested, untried, till we used it on you.
So, that liquid in the blood that's being pumped through what's left of me is what makes me feel the... He may produce results he didn't ask for.
Results? You mean like this?
results more terrible than your arm of relative beauty. Results of power, of magnitude.
Power. What power? Can't you see that you're at the mercy of every element of the universe? How can you speak of power?
I am power. This liquid that he's pumped into me, my brain burns with it. That thing inside an iron touch. Want me to prove it?
You can prove nothing. You're powerless.
Show you how powerless I am. You. Behind that door. Let me know if you hear me. Whoever, whatever you are, I command you. You understand me. I'm only a head, and you're whatever you are. Together we're strong, more powerful than any of them.
What are you running from? What's wrong with you? Oh, it's you. Something wrong, something beyond control in that room.
Nothing beyond my control. She's alive, and I'll keep her alive until I find her a body. I can't talk anymore. I'm tired. I've got to go to sleep.
And you didn't find her a body?
Well, I've got to be careful. I can't afford to be identified as the last person seen with a girl before she disappears.
Do you think you'll get one?
There are many things left for tomorrow.
I was about to call a cop the way you were looking me over. How have you been, Bill?
Oh, just fine, Donna. I haven't seen you for quite a while.
Too long. I'm still waiting for that call you once promised me.
Well, you know how it is with interns. All work.
All work and no play even makes for dull doctors. You're gonna lose that bedside manner of yours. Say, how about a little side course in anatomy?
Yours? Anytime.
No, not mine. A body beautiful contest. You know, bathing suit models. Plenty of females on the hoof. Your eyes will have a field day. Interested?
Well, why not? You're just what the doctor ordered. Come on, jump in. On second thought, I just remembered I've got to stop by my place and take care of a few things. It'll only take a minute. You don't mind, do you?
I always follow the doctor's orders. Anything you prescribe, I'll take.
That's what I like about you, Donna. Always so obliging.
Hey, Donna, where are you going? What's the hurry? Hi, Jeannie. We're going to look for some bodies.
You mean the contest?
Yeah.
Got any room for me?
Oh, sure, plenty. Bill, this is Jeannie Reynolds. Jeannie, this is Dr.
Hi.
Bill Cortland.
Hello.
Hop in, but first we got to stop off at his place.
Sure.
Well, as a matter of fact, I can wait. Now that there's two of you, we'll have to wait.
Guess he thinks there's safety in numbers.
Oh, this time there is.
You promised not to hurt you.
And I promise not to hurt you.
Well, it looks like we're about ready to go. Backstage are 5 of the girls who have reached the contest finals, and we are here to choose Miss Body Beautiful. Now, we've eliminated everyone except the 5 finalists, and they will be judged solely by your applause. So let's bring them on. First, Helen Appleton. Betty Brompton. Terry Lund. Peggy Howard.
She has the second nicest body I've ever seen.
Second to you?
No, another girl, a figure model. You remember that one in school years ago? The one who had the accident.
Oh, yeah. Doris,
Doris Powell.
Yeah, she's still around?
Few people see her nowadays. She just stays in her studio posing for art classes and camera bugs.
Figure model. Poses for art classes. The nicest body she's ever seen. The nicest body. Maybe this is the one she's got to be. I can keep Jan alive only for a few more hours. I've got to find her a body.
He intends to kill somebody. To rob them of their body. Do you hear me? Yes, you hear me. You know how Bill's egotism drives him on and on. To infamy upon infamy. Good ever be born of evil. Yet he claims his work is for science, for humanity. To be joined to flesh not your own. What's human in this? Of how you must exist, locked behind that door. We've got to stop him.
Okay, boys, I've had it for
Come on, baby, one more. Just one more, please. Another 5 minutes, baby.
Time's just about up anyway.
Okay.
Say, Doris, would you like to have a drink with me? Just you and me, away from everybody? Someplace where nobody will butt in, where you and I can really be alone.
No, thank you.
How about posing for me? Private like. I'll pay you real money, real good money. The kind of money they don't throw at you every day, and for doing hardly nothing at all.
I do my posing for classes only, Wednesdays and Saturdays, 8 to 10.
Yeah. Oh, but we can...
Good night. See it all, mister. The show's over. Next time, bring a camera and buy a ticket. I'm not running a charity.
You don't remember me, do you, Doris?
Every guy on the make gives me that same tired line.
I'm Bill Courtner.
Bill Courtner. Long time ago, that fight. You almost tore that wise guy apart for making fun of me. After my accident.
Look, can't we go somewhere and talk?
No, I don't date men. Because I pose like I do. Your mind works overtime. You get ideas. You're all alike.
No, not all of us. I'm not on the make for you.
Okay, so maybe you're better than most. Maybe not. I still hate all men. I hate them for what one did to me once. Have you forgotten? Well, have you?
No, I haven't forgotten.
Well, neither have I. I carry the memory around with me.
But you can't hide yourself away here forever, posing bare in front of a bunch of neurotics.
Listen, Galahad. I trusted a man once, all the way. What did it get me? He gets his head full of jealous lies, and
You've got to forget what
How
happened.
can I forget? I carry the memory around with me. Am I so appealing to you now? Still so interested? Doesn't it make you sick? You don't even turn away from me, like everyone else does.
To me, you're not ugly. I see only beauty in you. You have a lovely body and a face that can be made beautiful again also.
I've heard that song before.
I'm a doctor, I know. My father's one of the leading plastic surgeons. If anyone can help you, we can. I know I can.
I've been to doctors. It's no use. The scar tissue's too deep. No one can help me.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. Today, nothing's hopeless. We can graft scar and skin tissue. Well, we can even freeze areas of the skin and sand away damaged skin tissues.
The way you say that look in your eyes, I almost want to believe you. I almost want to believe you.
Well, then start believing, hmm?
Even if your father could help me, I couldn't pay him the kind of money it would take.
Don't talk about money. He does a lot of work without any charge.
Why should you want to do this for me? What's in it for you?
I'm going to make your face beautiful again. Cut it off and give your body away.
I'm sorry, Bill. I have been knocked around so many times. I've lost count. It's tough living with this. I don't mean to sound ungrateful.
Well, because you've been battered around, don't go sour. You shouldn't lose your trust in people. Not all of us.
I believe you. I want to. Do you really think something can be done?
Only my father knows. Look, we have a country place just out of town. He's visiting for the weekend. I could take you there now for a consultation.
You mean tonight?
Well, if you'd rather wait till he comes back.
Oh, no. I mean, he wouldn't be annoyed being bothered with me so late at night.
Well, you let me do the worrying, hmm?
I'll do anything that'll help me get rid of this face.
Oh, that's where I come in. Remember the last time I helped you? Where are you going? Who are you calling?
My girlfriend. I want to tell her the news.
Before you know what the verdict's going to be?
You're right. I shouldn't talk until I know what's going to happen. My girlfriend, she's supposed to drop in later. I'll have to leave her a note or something.
Well, just tell her you'll see you later. Otherwise, she'll ask a lot of nosy questions. We want to be sure first. Just throw something on, huh?
I'll be with you in a minute.
Just tell her you'll keep in touch. I'll leave it on the table. She'll see it.
Had to go out with old friend Bill Courtner. We'll call you tomorrow. Doris. Here.
I'll leave it on the lamp. She'll see it, won't she?
That's the first place she'll look. I'll leave the lights on for her. I have waited so long for this.
So have I.
Again. Hit it again. Got to see your hideousness. You've got to see mine. Wonder which of us is more awful. Nothing you can be is more terrible than what I am. A head without a body. A head that should be in its grave. I hate him. I hate him for what he's done to me. Can your horror match mine? Quiet. Someone's coming.
I've come to feed your friend. While you feed yourself with hate, it prefers food.
A formless, sniveling fear becomes you more.
What makes you think I'm afraid of what's in there? Or of you? A mere head in search of a body.
People fear what they don't understand and what they can't see.
What are you talking about? You're nothing but a freak of life. And a freak of death. Why should I be afraid of a few knocks on a door?
But last night you ran. You were afraid of what you imagined lay behind that door.
I? Imagined? It was I who helped graft together the bits and pieces that were stolen from the hospital. An amputated arm, a leg, a torso. It was I who helped piece them together like a monstrous jigsaw puzzle.
And that same medicine that He's fed to me to activate my lymphoid tissues. Has he fed it to that?
No. No, on that he used an earlier formula. It wasn't as successful as the serum he's using on you, but it was enough to allow the transplants to take. If your experiment is successful, then it'll be my turn.
And what else has happened to it?
Mean what else? Well, it's mutated some, of course. It's changed considerably.
Why don't you open the door? And we'll both see how it's changed.
Listen, you. I warn you. You better stop pestering me, do you hear? I'm getting fed up with you and your insidious talk. He should have cut out your tongue while he was at it.
Afraid?
Afraid of whom? Of you? No. Not anymore.
But of it.
Nor of it. Tony keeps it locked in there so that it'll be safe, that's all.
Safe? From me?
Beast. I hope he prolongs your existence into a lifetime of agony. Then we'll see who's laughing at whom. You miserable fool!
Get him!
You and your father live here?
Only on weekends when we want to get away from the city.
This place certainly is lonely.
Well, the further from prying eyes, the better. I mean, it's nice and quiet here. We can get away from the noise and telephones.
Oh, I guess it is.
Well, sit down, sit down. I'll fix us a drink, huh? My father should be back soon.
You mean he's not here now?
Oh, come on now, Doris. Do I look like a maniac who goes around killing girls? Now, you've got to learn to trust people. Oh, people like me, really.
I'm sorry. I trust you. I trust you with my life.
Well, I can't ask for any more than that. I'll be right back.
I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
Forgotten you? Why, Doris, you've become very important to me. Very important. I put a little water in it so it wouldn't be too strong for you.
Fine. I'm not a very heavy drinker.
Neither am I. Well, here's to your future, whatever it may be.
I'll drink to that. Getting awfully warm in here. I feel kind of funny. Bill, you put something in my drink, didn't you?
I told you I'd bring you a body. A beautiful one. Soon it will be yours.
Bill, you can't.
Yes, I can. I want you as a complete woman, not part of one. Is it a crime to want to keep you alive? Is it a crime for science to jump ahead by years? This kind of thing must be done. When it's over, you'll see. I've got to hurry now. The drug will wear off soon. She'll be awake. When she does come to, it will be your head consciously awakening for her.
You must be stopped. You must.
And who's going to do it? It's got to be quiet here.
Can't stop me.
Very well.
Either let me die.
Alright, well there's our Halloween spooky movie done. Just coming up to the coast, and we do have ATC on. It is London South, I believe. Yeah. London South online, so we will come down to the radios. They are 129-425. Alright, so they're in the standby in case they call us. You could do, yeah, Fly UK is in the FS LTL pack. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's just set up to show that as default. We do have the flight numbers, you could set it up so that any flight number in that range, I think it's the 3000 numbers are all Aurora, but then you wouldn't have the livery, so they're kind of protected for the VA. Well, it's pretty cloudy out here. So we've still got 293 miles to go. Again, there's no arrival here. It's just going to be a descent right down to the ILS. We can get the current weather. Winds have come around a bit. So we're going to change our approach to the ILS 414 because the winds are at 18 at 4. So we'll change that around. And pin that. We can get rid of that one. And we'll just probably get vectored around, or self-vector if he's offline by the time we get there. So we start getting ourselves set up. It looks like the winds have swung around to the south. A few clouds at 3,700 feet, 8 degrees, 1004 is the QNH. Alright, so we can dial in our frequencies. One 0.9 is the main VOR. 110, or the VOR frequency. We're going to tune in. No, we can't tune that one in. So 1109. And the course for the runway is 138. should have gone the other way. 138, and we'll set 138 over on this side. There we go, 138 is set. So we're almost, this waypoint is pretty much on the coast of the English Channel. Actually, if we take a look out, you can kind of see across the water, and there is England right there. And the Isle of Wight, we're going to be heading directly for it. Just pop out, there's the aircraft. It's all looking good. Got some cloud cover. No one really around us right now. The London area has a bunch of traffic down there, but it's not too bad. Turn off the logo light for now. And there's our top of descent marker starting to come in. So we're estimating 3.2 tons of fuel on arrival. We're 140 miles to our top of descent. And we want to be hitting 3,000 feet at our minimum. And if we go to our legs page, you can see our descent. And there's 3,000 feet above, and then 3,000 feet, that's our intercept point. Right there. So we're actually going to change that to a hard 3,000. Oh, we just changed. That's fine. That's 3,000, and we'll do a hard 3,000 there as well. So we're all good. We'll see if ATC gives us a ding. They should. We're flying the 737-800. So as we start to get ready is... Oh, that's, yeah, okay. 12215. 12215. That's my VA tracker saying, are you still there, or have you gone away and forgotten about us? So that is done. Does that after 2 hours of flying, and then random between an hour and a half and 2.5 hours after that, it'll pick a time to give you a ding. Let's just switch over now, see what's going on in London. 129425.
For the 12 Golf, right turn 230 degrees, establish localizer 27 left.
Right turn heading 230 degrees, establish localizer 27 left, Shadow 12 Golf.
Shadow 13 Hotel, range 26 miles, 27 left, descend altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1007.
1007, descend altitude 5,000 feet, Shadow 13 Hotel.
Shadow 12 Golf, descend 2,500, cleared RLS 27 left.
Descend 2,500, cleared RLS 27 left, Shadow 12 Golf.
So he should have us all the way to Leeds. We're just inside his airspace.
Shuttle 120, if you'd like, you can roll to vacate November Bravo 10.
Thank you. Well, we'll try that. Shuttle 120.
Shuttle 130, descend altitude 4,000 feet.
Descend altitude 4,000 feet. Shuttle
Actually, he
140.
won't have us. He's only London south. Well, so we're just
Super 282, fly heading
passing through.
085.
085, or 282.
Eurowings 4507 on Honeycomb 122.8, shown for loop truth.
Honeycomb 122.8, thank you, good enough. Eurowings 4507.
Flash files, ciao.
Bye.
Landing control Skyways 2470 with you, flight level 360.
Skyways 2470, landing control, good evening. Roger, maintain 360.
Maintaining 360, Skyways 2470. And then we'll ping them for descent when we get a bit closer to our TOD. Which should be before, it might be when we're leaving his airspace actually.
Monarch 485, descend flight level 90.
Flight level 90, Monarch 485.
Shuttle 130, right turn heading 230 to establish localizer 27 left.
Right in 230 degrees and establish on the localizer for 27 left, Shuttle 130.
And let's go with a little bit of fall music.
Shuttle 138, all wishes my command. Vacated November Bravo 10.
Oh, it's 11, but close enough. Taxi, you're going to have to turn right now and then left onto Alpha and link 56, stand 501.
Kevin!
How'd
your flight go?
Darling. Right Alpha, link
And,
56,
where were you flying?
501, Shuttle 138. Cheers, Sam. Hope you do well, mate.
No, that's alright. Shuttle 12 Golf, wind 2307 knots, 27 left, clear land.
Climb 27 left, Shuttle 12 Golf.
And Shuttle 130, descend 3,000 feet further on the glide.
Descend 3,000 feet further on the glide, Shuttle 130.
There's the coast.
Shuttle 12 Golf, is there anywhere you want us to vacate?
Yeah, you could try vacating November of 10 if you
There's the
fancy.
London area over there.
Not 11.
On the control, good evening, sir. It's Ryanair 276 with you.
Ryanair 3786 London, hello, climb now, flight level 80. Ryanair 3786, climb flight level 80.
Sorry, sir, I don't copy.
Oh, nice short hack. Or short hop.
Monarch 485, contact Gatwick 126825.
126825. Thank you, been a great help this evening.
Yeah, it's 126825, I'm sure you got it.
Yeah, we got it. See ya, Monarch 485.
Thank you. Super 282, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1007.
1007, down to 4 for Super 282.
Ryanair 3786, climb flight level 330, today's settle.
Flight level 330 for 3786.
Just crossing over the Isle of Wight right now. There's the channel. There it is.
Oscar Hotel, Sierra Hotel Tango, landing control. Hello.
Southampton down here.
How you getting on? PC12 at
the London area.
Alpha QNH 1008.
In this direction.
You'd like starting courtesy to Farnborough.
And there goes all the model matching errors.
Sierra Hotel Tango, Roger, start is approved. And
Uber
I
One
will call you
member
back
Sarah
soon.
Silverman here. When people call me for advice, I always say join Uber One.
Uber 210, I'm setting 360 degrees.
$0 delivery fee. I also suggest flossing. Join Uber One.
Order minimums apply.
So it's just about 200
Go
miles
to Golf Vacate second right, and
from
then
the airport.
taxi via Alpha, and link 56, stand 502.
It's been a nice quiet flight.
Vacate via second right. Then link 52, Alpha, stand 502, shuttle 12 Golf.
We got our third of that correct. It's, oh. Okay, you come off at November Bravo 8, but left on Alpha, link 56, stand 502.
113 knot
Left on
winds
Alpha,
up here.
link 56, stand 502, shuttle 12 Golf.
Come on, Loki.
Again, close enough, but no score.
Coming a common occurrence this evening.
Highly trained professionals. Okay, shuttle 13 hotel, wind 230 degrees, 7 knots, cleared to land, 27 left. Let's see if you can vacate November Bravo 10.
I wouldn't put money on it. Runway 27 left, clear to land. Shuttle 13 hotel.
Roll the trucks.
Super 282, left turn 290 degrees, established 27 left. West turning 0 to established 27 left, push forward 27.
That's funny. That's all at London Heathrow.
Bearing 431 Papa, monitor to come now 122.8, and you clear flight level 370, there's no traffic to affect. Take care.
Remedy Coleman, and we'll continue flying. Thanks for the Euro 315.
Okay. And Oscar Hotel, Sierra Hotel Tango, clear to Farnborough via Southampton, then Rodmo, climb altitude 3,000 feet, squawk 7645.
Roger, clear to
You see our line, we're flying along this track, but we're actually pointing. It's at 10, 20, 22 degrees to deal with the
Alpine 516, got short button, hello, climb now flight level 350, route direct to Lorcu.
Direct to Lorcu, Alpine 516.
Uber 282, descend altitude 3,000 feet, further on the glide. 3,000 further on the glide.
Let's go back to our cruise, top of descent, 50 miles away. As we start our checks descent weather, we've got it. I'll put it into the chat. Winds are 180 at 5. A little bit of mist or something. There's a few clouds at 3,500, 8 degrees, and QNH 1004. So we get that QNH dialed in and ready.
Oscar Hotel Sierra Hotel Tango, taxi holding point Alpha 1, runway 20. Let's go about Alpha 1, runway 20, Oscar Hotel Tango.
Again, we're trying out the DLSS on performance mode. A little bit of fuzziness to the
Sorry, let's try that again.
pages
Oscar
here.
Hotel Tango, taxi holding point Bravo 120.
So we've got the weather arrival data.
Bravo 120, Oscar Hotel Tango.
You can come in.
Be a bit mean to send it to the other end.
We're going to be doing
hardware stuff.
the full 40-degree flats. So we'll enter that information in. That's now in and set. So at a approach ref speed of 133, approach will be 138. Landing altitude is checked 700 feet and confirmed on the charts at 681.
Hooray! Shuttle 13 Hotel, very buttery indeed. Taxi via Alpha, link 56, stand 503. Good night, mate.
Radios
Alpha
are
link 56
set.
and then on to 503.
Localizer, ILS frequencies, and course
boys
are
have to-
set. NTS not
Hey,
required. Recall is clear. MCP. I'm going to set an initial of 5,000 feet for our descent. It's 5,000 feet are set. Altimeter is ready to go when we get there. Minimums for the approach.
River 282, surface wind 230 degrees, 7 knots, you clear to land, runway 27 left.
874 feet.
And I will call you back because I think you're going to be parking at the sea gate, so if you want to vacate November 7 or something like that, you're welcome.
Yeah, we will probably be going on those gates, if not the Bravos, but we'll try and get November 7 for you first.
No worries.
Almost there.
Under control, EG182, aspect level.
There's 874 feet set.
EG182, London, good evening. Climb now, flight level 2.
Approaching minimums, or missed approach, straight ahead to 2,000 feet, climbing right turn. Returning to the localizer at 3,000 feet. So 3,000 feet will be our missed approach altitude. Auto brakes are going to be set to auto brake 2. What sort of runway length? 7,300. We're going to go auto brakes 3. And that is everything set up so far. $25 miles out, 5 miles out, we'll give them a call for our descent. If he hasn't given it to us.
Tango, Bravo 1 fully ready. Oscar Hotel, Sierra Hotel Tango, backtrack, line up and wait, runway 20, call ready.
Backtrack and we'll go Oscar Hotel Tango.
Skyways 2470, got new squawk 1023.
Squawk 1023 for Skyways 2470. 102 and
UI 21 radio check.
Good ability 5.
Channel 6, Countdown, Stand Factor 8, request push and stand.
Shuttle 6 Golf, push shuttle approved, face north.
Push shuttle approved, face north, shuttle 6 go.
London, good evening, Airplanes 6722.
Over
one member, Tracy Morgan here. Yesterday,
another Skyways flight.
The guy said, "Hi, Tracy Morgan. Why'd you
London
join
Center,
Uber
this
One?"
is
So I
TUI
said, "Hello,
24 requesting
stranger,
Edinburgh to Luton.
5% of rides, 5% of my snacks.
Tomjet 21, under control, good evening, cleared Edinburgh, Umlaut 1 Foxtrot departure, squawk 3454.
Turn off the radio.
Clear to Edinburgh, departure, squawk 3454, QNH 1007.
Tomjet 21, read about
Yeah, I thought he was just going to leave us on 2000, but I don't know.
London, good evening, Airplanes 722, 300, inbound Sunday.
F1 6722, I'll be closing shortly, continue with the Unicom, please.
And under control, Skyways 2470, requesting descent.
Hey, continue with your Unicom, please, Skyways 2470, have a nice flight.
Roger, thanks, have a good night. Bye.
Oscar Tango, fully ready.
There we go. He's going to shut down. That's probably why he had us turn over to that squawk code. No other ATC at the moment. Let's go over to the airport. We're the only flight on the board. No departures, 1 arrival. That's us. And it is a payware one, so Leeds should look nice when we get there. There we go. London area traffic, Skyways 2470, leaving flight level 360 for the Mitos 3 Alpha arrival into Leeds for runway 14.
Flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
Yes, the dreaded customs forms. Little airport there off to our left. Sky's not bad. The cloud coverage is minimal. Yeah, Brian, I'll probably grab Calgary at some point in the next week or so and give it a try. I do want to get Calgary looking nice. I do have a freeware Edmonton, I think. Calgary is the main one out there that I'm missing. A lot of ground stations online right now, but not too many of anything else. And he just said he was going offline shortly. I'm just about to leave his airspace, or I am leaving his airspace right now anyway. Yeah, I've got a payware as well. I think it's the one from off the Orbex store. I haven't been in there in a little bit. We'll have to go check it for frames. Alright, there's 30,000 feet coming up. We'll throw the signs on in the back. Give them the chance to get themselves sorted out. And get the cabin ready for arrival. And center's just gone offline. Alright, so we got Coventry and Birmingham off this way. Going to be flying, looks like directly over Leicester. Not like Fly Tampa. Oh, you don't like Fly Tampa's Vancouver? Yeah, I've got FS Dream Team's Vancouver. I like it. I mean, you've seen it on the stream. It's not bad. Yeah, I haven't done any of the over-the-pond flights. Dealing with transoceanic just annoys me. I just can't get myself around to doing it. Yeah, I got Fly Tampa Toronto, but FS Dream Team Vancouver. That's Coventry, I believe, and Birmingham. Oops, Birmingham out there. I think that's Derby. We're actually heading over that way when we get there. It's 23.6. Everything's looking good. Speed's good. We're on the path. Engines are looking good. Fuel levels are looking good. We're going to go into our right-hand pattern when we hit, I think it's GAM 3-1, the waypoint. We will just do a big right-hand pattern to get down. Yeah, that was a good job on that livery. It looks really, really nice from the photos you were showing us. I think Calgary is the main WestJet hub. Now we'll get down after this flight. I gotta go stretch my legs and get dinner going. What are we at? Expected arrival in 22 minutes according to PAX. So we'll see how we do. We should be right on time. We're pretty close anyway. Alright, time to start darkening up all the screens here. Make it easier for me to see in the dark. Just 20,000 feet coming up, so we'll kill the dome light. Well, that's on APU gen. Should be on Gen 1. After 2 hours. 2 hours and 12 minutes, and the estimated flight time according to the flight plan was 2 hours and 53 blocked. It's not too bad. Oh, there's one parked at Pearson since the beginning of the war in the Ukraine. It was grounded and seized. It's not Ukrainian, it's a Russian one. So it's been parked there ever since. It's sitting there. Yeah, it's near 24 right. I see it every time I drive by the airport on the north-south highway that runs on the east side of it. Alright, so we're through 18,000 feet. We're going to switch the pressure over. Get that set up. Swing down to there now. So the altimeters have been switched over. That's good cabin pressure. We're still depressurizing. It is. It's a 225, I think. Nottingham's off this way. India Lima Bravo Foxtrot is the ILS identifier. We'll watch for that. So we're going to run parallel to the runway, so we're going to want to go to a heading of, let's see, .318. So we will turn our heading around to 318. There we go. It's 14,600 feet. See the little green dots here? Those are our deceleration points. That's our 10,000 foot deceleration. We're almost down to 255 anyway. Oh, did I change my runway here? That's something I just realized. If we go arrival, no I haven't, so it's the ILS Zulu runway 14, and we'll enter that. Back to our descent. We do have all the frequencies in, that's done manually. So it is going to flatten us out a little bit. See what it's doing with us here. Yeah, that's not bad. It is going to want to slow us down to 240. We'll bring it down to 220 when we make the turn. So Leeds is kind of directly ahead of us here. That's Manchester, the greater Manchester area, off to our right, or sorry, left.
We have begun our final descent into Leeds Bradford. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
All right, 10,000 feet. We're going to be making that left turn around Wakefield and flying up towards Bradford, and then over to Cayley, Shipley, Cayley, and then up and around for the intercept. So there's 10,000 feet, so lights are coming on. Turn off lights will come on, we'll ding the cabin. It's 10,000 feet. So we're on approach, so nav, course, and frequency are set. Speeds are all within the limits. Speed brakes we will arm. Do that manually. Speed brakes are now armed. And we're 18 miles from our turn onto the downwind. Let's get that speed back. Speed slowly reduced to 220. As soon as we hit 250, we can start inputting flaps. We'll go to 5 degrees. There's 250 knots, flaps 1. Help us start to slow down. Flaps 1 indicating, flaps 2. Leading edge flaps are extended. Speed starting to come down. And we'll go to flaps 5. And we got a 210 limit, I believe, for flaps 10. Yes, 210. So our next stream, as we're coming in here to Leeds, Bradford, our next stream is tomorrow, 1300 Zulu, 500 subscriber special. We're doing a 500 nautical mile VFR flight through Japan. Hopefully the weather's nice. And stopping at a few airports as we fly around the central area of Japan. And after that, our next stream will be on Sunday. We're going to do a Sunday stream. Frankfurt back to Stansted, 747 cargo flight. That'll be around probably 1400 Zulu on Sunday, and then we continue on Monday with our world tour, flying from Corfu in Greece down to Larnaca. So that's good flying to come this weekend. Down to 10 miles. If you want to join us, you can come to our Discord. And links are in the descriptions on both YouTube and Twitch. But I'm going to throw the Discord link into the YouTube chat as well, so it's there if you want to take a look at it. Come over and get all the information about all the flights. You'll also find lots of help if you're struggling with either the sim or aircraft or scenery or anything along those lines. Alright, we're going to go into heading select mode. Make our left turn. The 747 with the Salty mod is actually fairly easy compared to some of the other airplanes. I got videos on it and how to do the fuel system, because there are changes you have to make as you run tanks dry. But it's all in there, and hopefully it'll help you out. Leeds area traffic, Skyways 2470 at GAM 31, turning, heading 318 for a right downwind runway 14 at Leeds. So, we got a little bit to go. That's Bradford up here. And it looks like the airport is just over in this area over here. So you see we're tracking 323, but we've set 281, and that's because of that crosswind. So that's a 5 knot difference. So if I go down to 313, we should be tracking 318, which is what I want to be flying for a proper downwind. There we go. Could switch it over to FPA mode, but not sure exactly how to do it in this aircraft. There's downtown Bradford. And that's Leeds over there. So both these towns, cities, share the airport.
2500.
Is, I believe, right there. There's 3,000 feet. We're 220 knots. That's the airport over there. You can see the blue lights from all the taxiway markers. Alright, so this should switch over ILBF instead of ILF. 5 miles out from the airport, which is fine. Yeah, I run the dev version of the Salty mod. It's very simple. You can import your SimBrief flight plan. The FMC is easy to set up. Weights for your fuel and gross weight you have to set through the sim, the loading menu. You know, this one here. And I just set it to the numbers in SimBrief. There's no proper loading for it. It is what it is, but it works. I've had a couple issues with it properly capturing the ILS, but you can get around that. Alright, ILBF is now showing for the ILS. That is correct. Course is correct. And distance of 6.2 miles. A little bit of terrain starting to come in. Should be alright. We're going to be aiming for CI point here, which is our initial fix. Localizer is now being picked up. just going to go about another mile. We'll go to about 11 miles, and then we'll make the turn in for the intercept.
The Air France that's coming into Manchester, can you report your airspeed?
Airspeed is 100.
Roger.
A little bit of terrain in front of us, but that's fine. We're going to turn. There's 11 miles. We'll start kicking our heading around. It's 138. So we're going to go to about a 100. As we arc around. Actually, we're not going to go to 100. That's too steep. We'll come in about there. We'll bring our speed back to 185. Come through 210, we'll switch over to points. There we have the localizer and everything. We're en route in. We will arm approach mode through 210 knots, flaps 10. There's the intercept. 11.5 miles out. Shouldn't blow the center line. She is. Coming around. Leeds area traffic, Skyways 2470 on the ILS, runway 14 Leeds. See that wind? It should come around. It was saying it was. It's now gone around to 220 at 3. Back and forth, swinging around. We'll just land this way. That's fine. It's only a 3 knot wind, and it'll be a quartering tailwind, so it's only going to add about a knot. Alright, there's 7 miles. Gear down, speed coming back to 138. We are on the glide slope. Oh, flaps 15. So landing gear is confirmed down. Engine 1 and 2 start switches to continuous. Autopilot is set. We're localizer glide slope. Flaps 25. Go around altitude 3,000 feet is set. Or flaps 30 and flaps 40. Hopefully that wind dies down. Two and a half miles. Still 19 knots, 18. almost a direct cross. Oh, nice tower there without a light on it.
1,000.
1,000 to go. Yeah, wind's down to 10, 9.
Terrain.
Terrain. On the ILS, how can there be terrain? Right. I have control. Two whites, two reds. Everything's looking good.
Approaching minimums.
Winds have died right off.
Minimums.
Landing. A little bit of a displaced threshold here.
100. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Auto brakes on, reversers are on. $60 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're
welcome
down.
to Leeds Bradford. The local time is 11:46.
We're gonna backtrack here.
And it's currently about 8 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They said they were armed. They still say they're armed. It's not letting me click it with the mouse button. I'm having to move it manually, and yeah, I don't think they're opening up. Let's get spun around here. We'll backtrack over here to Delta. Is that Delta? Yeah, it's Delta. Leeds area traffic, Skyways 2470, backtracking runway 14 to Delta. It's a nice hill though as we came up. I love these curved runways. See if I go like it's not doing. Okay, well, lesson learned. Gotta do the little arrow, not the hand. Alright, let's get up to the taxi point, or the taxiway. Is Delta. And this is the Payware Leeds. Did get this one off of Orbex. Not sure if it's theirs or someone else's. Yeah, I've done that, but it didn't do it that time, and it was armed, so seems like I was clicking the mouse the wrong way. Anyway, it's flaps up, speed brakes are confirmed, disarmed. We'll get the taxi lights on and get these lights all turned off. And we'll head in. A few aircraft here. We'll come out so we can see the airport. I don't know, Dark, you're gonna have to tell us. Is this nice? Sky Creative, thanks. That wasn't too bad of a landing. So we're going to taxi along November here, and then we'll cut in and go up to the main terminal. A little fast there. I don't think I was too smooth. So here we are, Leeds Bradford Airport. Get a nice look at it as we taxi by. Should also put that over to there and turn on the logo light. Let everyone know who we are. Oh no, these are all static aircraft. Makes it look nice. We got a nice British Airways there. I think that was a Jets 2 or Jet 2, and then looks like a couple of them in a Ryanair. Very nice. So. Good. Kill the taxi light. Get the APU up and going. Yeah, we're not going where you're standing. We're going over here. There we go. So let's get the parking brake on. We'll come down to here. Let's get the chocks in place. Get the ground power unit up. Turn on the overhead light. Ground power is now available. We are switched over so we can cut the engines. Anti-collision lights can come off. Logo light can come off. Fuel pumps for our main engines can come off. Isolation valve. We'll go to open. Flight directors off. We'll waiting for the engines to spool down, and then we can get the stairs coming in. Actually, we are going to change that to the jetway, and we will request the jetway. Here she comes. That is a very odd angle. But she made it. Let's go back here. We'll go to our doors, and doors are open. So guys, thank you very much for flying along with us today. Hope you have enjoyed. Our next flight will be tomorrow. It is our 500 subscriber special. It starts at 1300 Zulu. We are starting at, what is the Romeo Juliet Tango Foxtrot is the airport we are going to be starting at. So you can come along and fly 500-mile VFR and nice, quick aircraft. I'm going to be flying the DA-62, nice modern twin-engine jobby, and we'll see how that goes. So while they're getting the baggage undone, let me just finish by saying thank you very much for joining us. Have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.